Hello everybody, my name is Aliyah and welcome back to my channel CraftsByAliyah. Today we're going to be learning the basics of crochet. So you're going to need some yarn, a 5mm crochet hook, and the stitches you're going to be learning today is a slip knot, chain stitch, and a single crochet. So I got this yarn from Michael's. It's the Loops and Threads yarn, Impeccable, and it doesn't really matter what color yarn, anything like that. What I suggest for beginners is to get size 4 medium yarn. It's the most common size yarn, and in my opinion it's the easiest to work with. And for learning purposes, I'm going to be using my 5mm hook today. It's a really standard size hook. Alright, so first we're going to be learning how to do the slip knots. To do any project, you need to learn how to do a slip knot. So first, I'm going to grab my yarn, twist it, and then pull that other piece through. Just like that. And I'm going to show you how to do it one more time. So you grab your yarn, and then you fold it over so that you have 2 strands of yarn. And then you twist it to make a hole. And then you grab the shorter piece of yarn and pull that through, just like that. It's really easy. All right, so now you're gonna grab your hook and you're gonna put it through the loop you made, and then you can tighten that loop just a little bit, but you wanna make sure it's not too tight. You wanna have moving room. And then we're gonna be learning how to do chains. So chains is a foundation of almost all your crochet products. You're gonna need to learn how to do chains unless you're working in the round, which I can show you in another video. Comment down below if you want me to do a tutorial on working in the round. Okay, so now you're gonna take your hook, wrap the yarn around, and pull through the hoop. Wrap the yarn around and pull through. So some things that you're gonna need to do on your own is figure out your tension. Grabbing the yarn and wrapping it around my index finger twice is how I hold my tension. And then I usually use my thumb and my middle finger to hold my work steady. That's how I crochet. But it takes a lot of practice and you have to do whatever's comfortable for you. So now we're going to be moving on to the single crochet, and I'm just doing this over again. I sped it up a bit just to show you the process. Slip knot, get your tension right, and then we're going to chain up a chain of 10. Or you can do any number of chains that you feel comfortable with, but I'm going to do 10. So you're going to add another chain, which is going to be called your turning chain. So this is just so that your edges look nice and not all bunched up. So you chain one more, but you're not going to work in that chain. You're going to skip that first one and go into the second loop. And we're working in what's called the back loop, where it's just one single loop. And you're going to put your hook through and then pull through the yarn. So you have 2 strands on your hook. Then you go around the yarn again and you pull through both strands, and that's what's called a single crochet. So we're in the back loop, which is just one loop. I like working on this side at first because I think it looks nicer. That's just a personal preference. So you go through the loop, pull the yarn through, yarn over again, and pull through both. So when you wrap the yarn around your hook, it's called yarn over. So you pull through, yarn over, pull through again, yarn over, pull through both. And feel free to slow the video down or pause it, rewind, stop it, and practice, and just take your time. This takes a long time. I've been crocheting since I was in sixth grade, 2006. So I've been crocheting for a very long time. I'm self-taught. YouTube has helped me for the most part, but I really just used practice. That's how I got good at it. It's just practicing and figuring things out kind of on my own. It's how I learned. And if you mess up, don't just ignore it. Make sure you go back and fix it. You don't want to look through your work after you're almost done and see a big mistake and then you have to pull all your work apart. You really don't want to do that. So right when you mess up, just pull it apart right then and there and fix it. There we go. And we're at the end of our first row. You just did your first row of single crochets. You should be very proud of yourself. This is what it should look like. Really easy. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to go to the next row. So you're going to chain 1 like that. And then you're just going to turn your work around. Just like that. And now that first chain 1, it doesn't count. Just ignore it. Act like it's not there. Don't put any stitches into that or it's going to mess up your work. The chain 1 is just a turning chain so that your edges will look nice and have room to breathe. You skip that first one and you go to the second stitch. Now on this row, you're not just going through 1 loop, you're going through 2 loops. And this is how it will be for the rest of your project. You want to make sure you go through 2 loops. You pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2 again, just like we did before. That's your single crochet. And I slowed it down and I tried to show you up as close as possible where you should be putting your hook and what it should look like. And make sure you go slow, don't rush. This takes patience, but it's worth it, trust me. The time you take is worth it because you'll be able to make anything for yourself. You can make a scarf, hat, beanies, clothes. I have tutorials on how to make some clothes if you're more intermediate, or if you get better, I have tutorials on that. So you go through both just like that, and eventually you'll get some speed on you and you'll be able to go faster and faster, and you can even get to the point where you're crocheting, you're not even looking at your work. You can get crazy with it. But for now, we're taking it really slow. All right, there you go. That's how you slip knot, chain, and single crochet. And we're gonna do 1 more row, and I'm just gonna go a little bit faster just so you can see the flow of how I do it. But make sure you rewind it, start it over, keep going, don't give up. It's really easy once you get the hang of it, trust me. Once you figure out your tension and you figure out the stitches, you'll be good to go. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I am going to be having a part 2 coming up. I'm going to show you how to double crochet and half double crochet. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Check me out on Instagram at CraftsByAliyah and my online shop, tpop.com at CraftsByAliyah. Bye.